Hey you guys, it's not long before Chaos War preliminaries, and I've decided to go ahead and do some clothing upgrades. Right now, my clothing is just too maddening. It's not giving me enough initial rage. I'm very concerned, since Chaos War is going to be group fights, that it's just going to be a miserable experience having so little rage, and so I'm going to go ahead and upgrade. So I've got all my nice pieces of clothing out here, and a pair of level 3 wings. Somehow left that in my bags, but we're going to go ahead and do some nice big upgrades. So I'm up to level 64. One thing that I was a little bit concerned about is if there is a clothing engulfing event in the future, what's going to happen if I'm already at level 200, which I think is far-fetched. You know, Strife keeps on telling me, oh, you'll hit 200, just use all your stuff. I don't think I have enough for all 200 levels of clothing. It does get pretty steep, and he said that with a full level 12 set, so helm, armor, weapon, and wings, all level 12, engulfed, and then like one or two other medium-sized pieces of clothing, he got to level 200. And so, I don't have the equivalent of that many level 12 pieces. I have, you know, the equivalent of a level 11 set and then a little extra. And so, I'm not going to make it to 200, but he did, and he says that once you're at 200, you can still continue to engulf. And that's because if you engulf a piece of clothing, these are not the right chests for that. So if I open up these Jasmine chests and I get some of the cowboy outfit, I don't have the cowboy outfit yet. If I want to be able to see it in my dressing room, then I have to engulf it, and so that's how it works now. So even if you hit level 200, you can still continue to engulf clothing. Alright, so let's go ahead and just do some big pieces. This should be nice. So currently I'm at level 64. I have 36 initial rage, and I'm going to go ahead and just go straight for the wings here. So I get 819,200 experience, and let's see where that gets me. Oh, another thing I should mention is that apparently each time that you engulf, there's a chance to crit, and the crit will cause you to increase a level immediately. And so that's the reason why actually going with the bigger pieces and not doing what I did before, which was using a lot of my little ones. So going for the bigger stuff is actually better, and then hopefully as you use little stuff later on, there's a chance that you can crit and using a small piece of clothing, be able to cover an entire level. And you want to do that for the higher levels since they're more expensive. So for me, I still wanted to use some of that smaller clothing because my mailbox was just overwhelmed with clothing, but for now, I'm going to use the big stuff. So here we go. So engulf. Where does that get me? It gets me to level 105, almost to 106, and I have 56 initial rage. So that's still not fantastic. In my head, I'm thinking I want to be able to rune and then have 80 rage. So that sounds like a good number to me. What would be even better would just be able to have 80 rage off the bat. So here we go. Do one more. Again, another pair of level 10 wings and a little over 800,000 engulfing experience, and here we are. So now we've gone from 105 to 132. I'm at 70 initial rage. That's very nice. So I think my next highest value piece would be the level 9 wings, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and use those too. So here, half the value down to 400k or so. So I'm at Fashion Ambassador now at level 143, and I believe you get Fashion Ambassador at 140. So we can go look at the titles real quick. So people congratulating me. Say a little thank you, and then we can go look at the titles real quick. So it should be under Other. And so yeah, so. Oh, I got Fashion Idol before, and I just didn't notice it. So Fashion Idol happens at level 100. We got Fashion Ambassador at 140, and I believe the last fashion title is at 180. Yeah, there we go. Fashion God, your clothing needs to be at level 180. So, I mean, is there any real point to me not try? I'm hearing people come onto raid call, so I know I'm getting close to time for Chaos War. But, okay, why don't we just go ahead and use some of this too. 153,000 should give me like, what, like 3 or 4 levels? So 143 going up to 147, yep. And now I'm up to 77 initial rage. So these smaller pieces, like a level 8 pair of wings, is still better than these level 10 pieces of clothing. Just wings have so much value in them. And so anyway, we'll go ahead and still use some of these. I really have so much clothing in my mailbox at this point that I'm not too concerned. So now we're up to level 151 and 79 initial rage. 154. And okay, so now we're at 81 initial rage. I have 9% to my attack stats and 8% to my physical defense and magical defense. So that's very nice. I might be really sad if it turns out that there's some big rewards for engulfing a ton of experience, but at the moment I'm just really happy to have this. So maybe, I mean, does it look like I can push for... Let's see if I can get 9% to my defense and then stop there. Or 9% to my HP too. Well, let's just give it a go and see what happens. So at 158, I do not have 9% defense yet. 161, and there's the 9% defense. Okay, why don't we just go for the gusto? I'm having... I mean, how often do I get to do big upgrades like this? I've been so depraved of like fun upgrades to do in this game lately. So I mean, even though it was a step backward with the clothing for a while, it is sort of fun to just be able to do something that's actually helping my character. And so we're at 8% still. Still 8% HP. Come on. 170, and then we're at 9% HP, and so folks are starting to talk to me in. Okay, we can go to 171. I'll just use this little pair of wings, and then I'll save the rest of this clothing just in case anything's going on, and so yeah, so we're gonna end at 171. That's very nice. I'm actually quite far up there, and so this definitely will not get me to level 200. I don't think the little stuff in my mailbox will either, because they're all very low value, but potentially if I use a bunch of them, maybe they'll crit and be able to level up. I also have a ton of these luck charms, so there's some potential there, who knows, but we'll leave it at that. This is a really nice upgrade. I'm very happy about it. We didn't see any design changes up here, so I'm not sure about that. I'm a little bit surprised. I don't know if anything opened up in my dressing room at the time, but you know, a lot of random stuff has popped up in my dressing room in recent history, things that I didn't think I had. So, you know, definitely, it didn't feel like I got all of this clothing previously, so I'm not sure. From what I understand, you know, Strife has told me that he showed me a message he got from a ticket that he sent in. He was talking to the game because he had engulfed a set of clothing before he got the title. So you need all 4 pieces from a set before you can get the fashion title to show up here. And that's very stupid. It should just really check your dressing room before giving you the title, and that should just be how it is. That it doesn't make sense that you need to engulf. You have to wait for the whole set and then engulf it before you can get. Well, wait for the whole set to be in your bags before you can get a title. So that doesn't make sense, but they've said they're going to change that, or at least that's what they claim to him. So at least somebody's, you know, making some progress with them on that front. So yeah, anyway, that was a really nice upgrade, actually, getting the nice stat percentages. You know, I was staying at level 10 clothing this whole time, so actually my upgrades were not that fantastic. And so before everything goes crazy and I start talking really loud because there are people in my ear, I'm going to sign off. So we'll see Chaos War pretty soon, and thanks for watching, you guys. Take care and have a very good day.